as far as the injuries, Browning, back acted up again in pregame. He gave it a go and only could go a few plays. Other than that, there's no major injuries to report coming out of the game.
Okay, gotcha. And then secondly, now that you've had a chance to look at that fumble return touchdown and Teddy on that play, what would you like him to do differently on that one?
Well, I'd like to see us all pursue it a little bit better offensively and find a way to get that guy down. And at the top of the where Teddy got involved, I think he thought he was forcing it back into somebody else that had an angle on him. But I'd like to see Teddy at least throw and, make a play at the guy.
We'll go Arnie, then George. Go ahead, Arnie.
Yeah, Vic, did you listen to his explanation yesterday where he was talking about funneling him back toward the middle of the field because he kind of got it mixed up saying the sideline's your friend.
No, I didn't see what he said after the game.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. It seems like we're asking you every week about critical mistakes on special teams. Would there be any thought of changing the leadership at that coordinator position mid-season?
No, there wouldn't be. Both Tom and I have to do a better job of coaching the special teams. And we've got to give it to our players and coach them better so that we don't have these types of plays happen.
We'll go George, followed by Jeff. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, Vic, was just wondering, what's your confidence level in Melvin Gordon right now? He's had, 2 crucial fumbles. I know the first one, obviously, you guys ended up getting that stop against Washington, but what's just your confidence level after those 2 fumbles the last 3 games?
Yeah, I have great confidence in Melvin. Melvin's one of the top backs in this league. He has fumbled it twice in the last 3 weeks, as you mentioned. That's something he's got to put extra emphasis on to protect the ball moving forward. And that's something that him and Curtis will do.
Jeff, followed by Mike. Go ahead, Jeff.
Vic, since we're on Zoom, there's obviously a COVID issue here, but did you have any other positive tests over the last 24 hours or this morning? Or do you have any concerns about the bye week in that regard?
Yeah, we always have concern about it, but there has been no new positives.
Did you ask the guys to take any special precautions if they go away or go on a trip or something?
No, we will do that before then. We're going to meet with them before then.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Coach, just wondering with the run defense, and you're down, when Browning went down, you lost 4 inside linebackers, I think. And it's hard to replace them at this stage of the season. Any thought of changing the defensive system that you got? Anything to make it put more bodies up front?
No, we just have to coach the guys that we have playing for us. We got to coach them better. And it starts with coaching, and we've got to do a better job of that.
If you no longer have a question, can you please lower your hands? We'll go Andrew Mason, followed by Nick Kosmider. Go ahead, Andrew.
Vic, you had some progress on 3rd downs on offense previous couple of weeks, 1 of 11 yesterday. What contributed to that?
Some of them were the down and distances. Some of them were, 3rd and longs. But obviously we have to do better. 1 for 11 on 3rd down is not the way you go about winning a game in the NFL. And it's critical that we stay out there. We had done that in the previous few weeks. Yesterday, we obviously didn't get that done, but that is an area of emphasis for us every week and something that we'll take a good hard look at here in the bye week.
Let's go Nick, followed by Eric Dalala. Go ahead, Nick.
Vic, as you look back on it, what were the biggest issues you saw in the red zone? And in the second quarter, trailing 10-7, you had it 4th and 3 at the 3, or 4th and goal at the 3. Did you consider going for it there?
I did, strongly considered it, but we had not been having a lot of success down there in that game and decided to get the points.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, Vic, lost yesterday, but 5 division games remaining after the bye. What do you say to the guys about how to turn it around when you get back in a couple of weeks?
It's one game at a time, and we've got to take it one day at a time in our preparation. We've got to try and fix all of our correctable errors, and we've got to do a better job of coaching these guys. We've got to do a better job of calling the game, me on defensively, Pat and Mike offensively. We all have to be better.
We'll go Zach, Troy, Sean Keeler. Go ahead, Zach.
Coach, could you give us an injury update with some guys that missed yesterday, specifically Garrett Bowles, Bobby Massey, and Bradley Chubb? When do you expect those guys to be back?
I'm not sure yet. I think all of them are a little different on timetable of those three guys you mentioned. I don't think I can give you a concrete answer on either one of the three yet.
So there's a chance that they're not back against the Chargers?
Yeah, for sure. There's a chance.
Go ahead, Troy.
Coach, to get where you want to go, you're going to have to play well at home. That's been an issue over the last year and a half. Have you looked at where that inconsistencies come at home on why you guys, usually a team is an advantage to be at home, but you were great at Dallas yesterday trailing. If any common denominators you've seen, Coach, on why you've had issues at home?
No, we've looked at it. There isn't. We had a tremendous crowd there yesterday. Really appreciate the support of the fans. We have the greatest fans in the NFL. Ultimately, we just have to coach better, okay? And then get our guys to play better.
Let's go Sean Keeler, followed by Brandon Cristal. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Vic, following up, what do you say to those fans and knowing that it's so much easier to say it in hindsight, who see that 4th and 1 at the end of the third and that conversion that could have been, and the fact that you didn't kick it in a one-score game, and they see that as indictment on where you guys are at with special teams? What do you say to the fans who say that is the problem with special teams?
No, I don't see it that way. I mean, that was an easy decision for me to go for it on 4th and 1 at that time. And we did make it and then fumbled it at the end of the play. But I don't see that as a indicative of special teams.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Vic, can you draw on anything from that 4-game losing streak to make sure that this doesn't, I guess, get away from you or spiral out of control after such a tough loss, and then the bye week, so it extends the time, I guess?
That's a philosophical thing, an abstract question. Yeah, I mean, we just got to get back to work. Coaches first and foremost, and then get our guys ready to play. And we just need to have some good things happen to us, which will come through better coaching and better playing.
Please lower your hand if you no longer have a question. Got time for a couple more. Go ahead, Darren McKee.
Coach, Rex Ryan on ESPN said he would have benched Teddy Bridgewater for his lack of effort on the Slay play. I'm curious what your thoughts are about that comment. And also, will you, over the bye week, give any consideration to how to mix Drew Lock in?
Yeah, well, I respect Rex and his opinion, but I don't agree with him at this point. And no, Teddy's our quarterback moving forward.
We've got time for about 2 more. Go ahead, Eric DeLallo.
Hey, Coach, what was Pat's involvement like with the game? I assume the game plan was set. Was the script set? Like, what was his involvement before testing positive?
Yeah, well, he had a full week here. It was on Friday when he tested positive. So all the planning and the call sheet was already done by then. So he was, he had a normal week until Friday morning.
Go ahead, finish us off, Jeff.
Vic, I'm just curious, will you do anything on the field this week with the players, or have you decided that?
Yeah, we have a practice plan, short one for Wednesday, but we're waiting to see about how all the COVID stuff plays out here in the next day or so to totally decide that.
Coach Fangio, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you, guys.